Welcome back, everyone. We would like to welcome back Eddie Ryan, Chief Executive Officer of Kneat. We spoke with Eddie a couple of months ago. Now, Kneat is a best-of-breed software company that's based in Ireland and trades in Canada on the TSX and in the US on the OTC. So last month, Kneat reported 2023 revenue 34 million, 44% higher than the year before. So Eddie, bring us up to speed on what's been happening at Kneat since we spoke last in January.
Hi, great to meet you again, Anna. And let me start by saying that, our standard safe harbor statement applies here. I'm speaking based on understanding and best estimates as of today. These may change in the future, as all your audience will know. But yeah, we've been very busy, Anna, and we've had a great couple of months since I met you last. A highlight perspective, I guess, we announced two key customers in the last couple of months. They're two global healthcare and consumer product goods companies, and they have a big footprint. And as your audience may know, we only announce the wins that are strategic from our perspective. And these are customers that we expect will expand significantly over time and enlarge our license revenues with them. And that's why we announced them. Secondly, we did an equity financing just recently. And that was a bought deal managed by some Canadian investment banks. And net approximately was about 18 million Canadian dollars. And that's, gives us a cushion on our balance sheet as we go through 24 and, converge on profitability. Also, we had our end of year and quarter four announcement reporting. And our ARR for the quarter grew 6 million in total, which is very nice and really demonstrates how our team are, executing well on our plans.
Congratulations on all these updates. It's been a busy couple of months. So is this the pace we should expect to see for all of 2024?
Yeah, well, we hope to continue in the same vein, Anna, and it's always our goal to do better and where we can. And I'm really proud of our team, how they are executing continuously, and they continue to do so. And I guess it's down to the value proposition that we offer our customers. Our customers are really seeing the value of Kneat. I see the intimate relationships that we have with our customers, and our customers are expanding our software and all of that. So we've left 23 and moved into 24 with good momentum, and we're seeing a big return on the investments we made over the last year and a half, where we doubled our workforce. And today, I think we're growing into that workforce. That workforce is beginning to execute effectively and throughout. And, we, from a company's perspective, see that workforce being good capacity, taking us to 24. And we don't see ourselves, increasing the spend on headcount too much, except for strategic hires through 24.
And let's talk a little bit about competition. I'm far from an expert in this space, which I think is true for a lot of our viewers watching. So speak to the competitive landscape, whether there have been any changes on that front.
Yeah, nothing really there in the last couple of months, Anna. There's always some competition coming and going, and we've always expected competition. And we are demonstrating that there's a very lucrative space here, and there are others looking to access that. I would say that we're very confident in our own technology and the value proposition we have for our customers. We're very, engaged with our customers on building for the future, where they want us to go, and, delivering the vision we have for them. That's continuous value for them. And, I continuously see, our customer satisfaction. We are, we're in bids on a regular basis, and, we know who's competing at the down selection, and nothing really has changed there.
And talk a little bit, break down a typical enterprise deal: size, duration, implementation.
Yeah, so I guess the customers that we announced recently. Today we count 8 of the top 10 biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world as our customers. These customers have selected Kneat after a long evaluation process. They don't select these products easily, and they've selected it as their enterprise software solution for their validation use cases. And the goal is to roll that out globally to harmonize across all their sites worldwide. If we take one of our customers, our most advanced customer, for example, would have 9,000 users across 30 sites on our software system. So when we start out with them, and I often make it clear to people who listen to me, is that the early stages can be relatively small from an ARR, a revenue perspective. But as they add on these sites and add on these new workflow processes, they add on new revenues for Kneat. And so, when we see some of these big companies that we announce, they can take 3 years to fully scale Kneat as a minimum, fully scale Kneat across all their products, all their sites, and all their users. And so it's a really lucrative, land and expand model. And it starts small, but it continues to grow over time. So I think when your audience is looking at Kneat and seeing the announcements we make, we only announce the strategic customers, that they can assume that these customers are, expected to deliver continuous expansion with Kneat in the years to come.
And talk a little bit more about that. How do you get customers? What's your acquisition process like? What are your main ways of getting the new customers?
Yeah, so because we've been so successful, this is a risk-averse industry. They'll only select solutions that have been tried and tested, and before they really get committed to the product. And we've been, as I say, 8 of the top 10 who are scaling Kneat out across all their global sites. They talk to each other. They're one of our best actual salespeople is our existing customers. It's very much a follow-me industry, and they support each other when it comes to tools to help them to be more compliant in that. Right. So, but we have a very strong sales force, a direct sales force, and we also have a very strong partner channel. So customers come to us. We have a very strong marketing engine, and we get customers through that. But sales process then can take, once you get customers into the pipe proper, they can take anywhere between 6 and 9 months before you close that customer. So a very strong direct sales process where we're chasing new wins, new logos, and we have another function which is responsible for account management, which expands our existing customers. And lately, and as we go forward through 24, we'll spend a little bit more on customer success management, which we have up and running well, and we believe that it's a very strong lever to help our customers to consume more of our software into the future. So it's a strong team, pre-sale teams as well, Anna,
Greg wants to know, how big is the market and what percentage do you currently have?
Yeah, so when we look at our customer base and what they can give to what proportion of them we can convert into paying customers or users for our software, we see a total addressable market of $2 billion in the marketplace today. And it's early innings on this marketplace because this is very much a new category. And for that reason, it's penetrated quite low at this point in time. I don't have an exact percent on that. But it's safe to say that when we look at what that market is, we're talking about pharmaceutical healthcare manufacturers. We're talking about consumer product goods companies. We're talking about all the suppliers. We have big customers on the supply side to these organizations, and we've also got big customers on the outbound logistics side of these organizations. So there's big healthcare companies on either side of the manufacturers. There's laboratories, there's contract manufacturing companies, and contract research organizations. So when we look at everything together, equipment vendors, etc., we see a $2 billion total addressable market that we're working in right now.
And Scott has a few questions. One, what is your sales and expansion model?
The sales and expansion model is very much a land and expand model. And so when we talk about validation, there can be up to 10 different use cases for validation in an organization. And each use case has its own cohort of users. And then they have these same cohorts of users in other sites. So we have 2 vectors of expansion. When we land into a customer, then we can move to a new use case or move to a new site. And that's how our customers expand us. And that's how you see our growth coming from existing customers being very strong, because it's a really strong land and expand model.
And Dominic Griffin asks, how do you bill? What does a revenue model look like, specifically a salesperson commission structure?
Okay, that's great. So, I mean, all our sales team work to that, and the company has an overall quota for its different territories that the sales teams are operating in. And then we break it down into individual salespeople as well. So what we call is the direct salespeople, who are the hunters, as an example, they would work on a different commission process to the account managers who are responsible for expanding our existing customers. So the sales directors are hunting new customers. When they get new customers, they get a certain commission rate, and they have a quota for the year. And then when they have won the customer, there's a period where they transition that customer over to our account management team. And then the account management team works on a different commission, but there's also a sort of a follow-on commission for the initial sales hunter who won the customer day one, because it's an expansion model, and the hardest time is to win the customer first. After that, it gets easier to sell them.
Eddie, we are out of time, but I'd love to give you a minute for a quick closing remarks for our viewers.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm really thankful to the community out there for supporting the company. We've seen very strong support from the investment community in the past number of months, and our goal is to continue to execute and live up to their expectations. I say thank you very much, Anna, for having us on again this time.
Well, we enjoy following you along your journey. Please come back in the near future. Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back with Ultima Resources.